Hello and welcome back again. I am the Vaguely Insane Terrier, and today what we will be, if this isn't a clue, I'm going to be making a dinosaur skull. Not the entire dinosaur, because at the scale I had to make this when I was testing it to get it to a place where I was satisfied with the detail was pretty large, and that would take an insane amount of time. I might do follow-up videos on it, but for right now we're just gonna focus on the skull, which is pretty massive. And so I'm just gonna grab some TNT here. Oh, and I need to fix some things. No, and I need some snow. Where's some snow? There's some snow. Snow there. Need to TNT a certain area. Let's see if we can just fly. Then I thought like at the around this area would be good. So if I just destroy this and I'm gonna go use another program to help me do this, but for right now I just need to get some stuff blown away first. Perfect. And I do it again, approximately here. Alright, I think if we just go down here and pick up all this stuffs. I'm trying really hard not to be quiet, because that is horrible in videos. And pick up all this stuff and then just level out here. Alright, sorry about that. Just continue to flatten out the area and make it a level base. So I just continue to make it level, and just a square, like a square or a rectangle. In this case we're going for a giant rectangle. I'm trying to get all of the sand because it's annoying when sand falls and you can't hit it. Just get all this up. Well, I'm gonna go away and come back when I get this done, or what I'll most likely do is just jump to the next thing. Bye. I've cleaned out the hole a little bit. Well, made it bigger anyway. Not so much cleaned it out. There's still dirt and things, but you know, every dino dig has to have some imperfections. And I made myself a template because I experimented with this, and this is basically the best way I found. When I originally made this, I used MC Edit, which is a wonderful little program, and I just used 9x9 squares of wool. I'm sorry if there's jingling noises in the background, my dog's running around. And what I did was I just sunk it into the ground a little bit, because it was still an 9x9, so over here you can see that it's still the same block, but over there I just made it. But I just did this so you could see if you wanted to make it yourself. Although today, probably just going to try to make it by hand. I think for right now, for all intensive purposes, I'm just going to, this is just to show you what it's going to be like, but I'm just going to cut back when this is made in this, and then you can watch me do all of the little details and all of that. And if you're wondering why the glass is here, it's because I have the Feralus Guns mod installed, which you can see up in the corner, top left corner, right over here. It's in this corner. and it has a flamethrower, and I was messing around with different things, and I didn't want this to go up in smoke, so that's why I did that. So see you in a little bit when the giant cubes are built in. Today we're going to be, well, it's still same day for you, but it's not for me. So before I keep saying so and but and however so many different times, I'm just going to start in on the mouth, which is going to be 2 wide, and it's going to go back to about here, and then maybe up 1. Yeah, that'll give it the mouth look. I'm just destroying all the wool in between, which is, you know, a lot of fun. Destroying is fun, especially when you destroy to create, which may or may not make sense to people, but destroying to create is a thing. Don't believe me, Google it. No, don't. It probably won't turn up anything good. No, can't destroy that. There we go. All better. Video games, you can do with anything. Well, most things. I guess like if you were in a cop game or a getaway game, you got caught by the police, you couldn't get away with that, but for the most part. Alright, just have to do this a little bit now. If it can stop lagging. Lag monster. Alright, so I'm going to just no, not that. Nope, jump, there we go. Nope. Delete these bits of floor or wool, this wool, part of this wool layer, so that the skull will have more sunken down fill instead of just being one layer. And just fill this layer in with wool. No. There we go. I'm hoping that this turns out well, because I know my computer is having issues, and I apologize for that. But there's not much I can do besides try my best to get it to work, which is what I have been doing. So how is everybody? Is everybody okay? Everybody enjoying? Hope you're not, you know, stalling by watching this video. If you are, that's perfectly fine. I mean, I stalled a lot for watching videos. A lot, but that's a different story. Now I'm just hollowing up to the brain cavity, which I think I'm just gonna put right here. Yes, because that is the outside. We can't have this brain on the outside. Or her. Could be a female dinosaur. You never know. Well, you might. I mean, if you were, like, paleontologist and you looked at the pelvic bone, but that's about it. Or any of the other telltale bones, but not the tail, because that's probably not going to tell you much. Alright, so I know this may not look like much at the moment, but it will. Just trust me. If you don't trust me, it's probably smart, because chances are you never met me. But just trust me on this. It will look better in the end. Yeah. Put a piece up there just because we can. Nope. Wait. Destroy the wrong thing. Destroying. Well, there we go. I guess I'm just going to use, let's see, red wool or pink wool. Is there anything that looks like brains in here? No. Could just use glowstone. I suppose that looks like brains, but we're just gonna do that because I have a small brain and it keeps monsters away. I'm playing on peaceful. There are no monsters. That should be good. And in the next episode, I'm going to try and fill in the sand so it looks like it's not just a head, that there might be something more. And well, I just remembered that I forgot to just do this. Just, you know, the bottom of the skull. There we go. I'm going to fill in this with like sand and stuff and make it look like there might be more beyond that in case I ever decide to make the rest of it, which I may or may not, depending on how much fun I have editing this. And then I'm going to hopefully in the next episode like put down wooden scaffolding and stuff to make it actually look like a dig site instead of just a massive hole with a massive skull inside of it. Come on, fly, fly, fly. Not jump, fly. Ugh, guess I'm not flying. Must be grounded. Oh, look at that. I'm flying. And I can go and fill this in because I forgot that I left. Isn't it wonderful? Just working on something and then realizing that you forgot to do a bunch of things that you probably should. I mean, I could just leave it open and just be a giant hole. But we might come back to this, or I might come back to this and do, like, go back with different colored wools to make the eyes and the nose look better, and maybe put in, like, a tongue or something. But just tell me what you want to see. You know, while we look at this ginormous face in front of us that cannot see us because the eyes are on the sides. Ha 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 ha. Bye.